So it's the last wedding in our family, in our cousins. बहुत ही स्पेशल है बिकॉज कब से हम लोग वेट कर रहे थे, हमारी मासी वेट कर रही थी कि कब होगी. सो इट्स द D-Day नाउ. सो वी ऑल आर वेरी 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 एक्साइटेड फॉर हिम.
One thing about Abhishek which comes to my mind is he's very very disciplined in life. He knows what he wants to do, and that's something which actually we all as friends admire about him. And he's very clear about things in his life. वो इंसान 2 करियर चेंज कर चुका है, हमें पता नहीं है हमारे करियर में क्या होना है. So that's something which we really like as a person about him.
अभिषेक एक सुपरफास्ट बच्चा जब जन्म लिया तब से वो सुपरफास्ट जो नेस है वो उसका कंटिन्यू है. हर वक्त वो कुछ न कुछ ऐसा करता था, हम सरप्राइज हो जाते थे ये कैसे करता है.
वो बहुत जो करता था तो वो आदत उसकी अभी भी है.
हमारा बेटा है, इसकी वजह से बच्चे ये लोग हमें जानने लगे. मगर बहुत इमोशनल बच्चा है, अगर फील भी करेगा बोलेगा नहीं. हाँ, कभी कभी हमारी तरह जब गुस्सा आ जाए तो ही गेट्स वेरी फ्यूरियस. शादी के बारे में उसने पहले तो वो बोलता था मुझे करनी ही नहीं शादी.
श्रेया के बारे में जब उसने पहले बताया तो मैं तो मतलब मुझे उस वक्त ऐसे हुआ कि कहाँ कैसे, क्योंकि वो उसके साथ ना पढ़ती थी ना उसका कुछ था. तो उसने बोला मेरे पहले वो बोलता था शादी नहीं करनी है. तो एक बार क्या था, मैं मेरी दीदी की बहू के साथ बात कर रही थी तो मैं थोड़ा इमोशनल हुई. तो वो बोल रहा था कि क्यों आप इमोशनल हैं, करूँगा शादी. तो शायद श्रेया उससे मिली होगी, मुझे पता नहीं थी.
कहता था कि कौन आदमी शादी करके खुश है तो मैं क्यों अपनी खुशी खराब कर दूँ. अब मुझे समझ नहीं आता श्रेया आई कहाँ से और कैसे मिली उसको कि अब वो कहता है शादी करूँगा. इट वॉज अ सरप्राइज फॉर अस. हम इसी में खुश कि वो शादी कर रहा है. श्रेया के नेचर के बारे में हम ये बता सकते हैं कि वो बहुत क्यूट है, बहुत केयरिंग है. शी इज़ एन आर्टिस्ट लोग हमेशा कलाकार जो होते हैं कलाकार ही होते हैं. तो लेट अस होप that everything will be all right. They will be a pleased couple. They will enjoy the life जैसे उन्होंने अभी तक एंजॉय की, इससे ज़्यादा शादी के बाद एंजॉय करें.
श्रेया मेरे घर की बहू है, वो मेरी बेटी है. वो बेटी, उसको मैं अपनी बेटी की तरह रखूँगी.
Abhishek has been pretty inspiring figure for me in college, क्योंकि मतलब जितना डेडिकेशन से उसने सब चीज़ करी है वहाँ पे, चाहे वो स्पोर्ट्स तो वो कर ही रहा है. इन टर्म्स ऑफ एजुकेशन एंड एवरीथिंग, हाउ सिंसियर ही वाज इन एवरीथिंग. हर चीज़ में लुक अप टू हिम एक्सेप्ट उसकी शराब पीने की कैपेसिटी, क्योंकि एक तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा है लेकिन दूसरा वो पीता ही नहीं है। तो मेरे को तो समझ नहीं आया कि भाई इसके साथ बिठा के हम सब बैठे हैं करे क्या। तो भाई बट प्लीज़ आजा 2 बियर पीते हैं, बाकी सब तो सही है। ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर द वेडिंग ऑल्सो। श्रेया थोड़ा पिला इसको, आई नो ये नहीं पिएगा।
उसके माँ बाप को सुख दे, उन्होंने भी उसके साथ बहुत मेहनत की। वो लवेबल है, केयरेबल है और फ्रेंडली है और हर एक को अपना जानता है।
I have some different bond between Abhishek's parents and myself. Reason being, I think because of Abhishek's sports. As I said, he is a wonderful boy. He was in sports all along, but then he was able to qualify Singapore Airlines test, which allowed him to go to Singapore on a merit as well as a scholarship to Raffles College, I remember. Then I remember I was once in a transit in Singapore and I asked Abhishek to come over, and I waited long. Then finally Abhishek came and I told him what happened. He said, I lost my wallet, and I was having $150 in that wallet. And I remember that story. Abhishek, I will not go next thing what I did on that day, so that is between you and me only. So then he did very well in Singapore, also playing sports as well as doing his undergrad there, and then he went to Australia and he did it engineering, and besides engineering he was doing his cricket also, which is very, very commendable. I know Ishan, who is just a sportsman. He just opted for one. It was very difficult for him to play with the both, but Abhishek was a tremendous boy. He always did a balance between studies as well as sports. And when he came back to India, he tried his best and he played for KPL, he played Ranji. Maybe luck was not on his side. He did whatever he can. But then I think it is his maturity. One day he thought, this is not my cup of tea now. I need to do something different. And just one shot and he qualified XLRI Jamshedpur, and with a gap of so many years, which it is very, very commendable again. And having a sportsmanship, he was working all along on the sports side. Then so much of gap between education and then going and qualifying in one go and getting his MBA done and now getting a good job. Abhishek, my best wishes with you. You're a nice human being. Be humble. Be respectful to your elders and be loving to your parents. God bless to you and your new partner.
Well, I'm super excited, feeling super blessed. Can't wait to get to the hotel and bring my bride home. Super happy that all my relatives, all my family, friends, everyone's here. Just looking forward to the next chapter of my life. Looking forward to spending spending the rest of my life with the person I love, and yeah, just making a beautiful home with her, and yeah, just all around super positive.
Abhishek and Shreya, both of them, they started talking on Instagram. They were always hooked on to their phones. Met for the first time in Goa. I was nervous, scared because you're meeting a guy in Goa. So I didn't really know it's going to end up here. And the next thing I know, she's got Abhishek's name tattooed on her hand. That's what happened. And I didn't know, I really cannot imagine. I don't know where did she even have the guts from to get something done. Because I'm meeting the guy for the first time, how can you just go get a tattoo done? So probably they knew that they are meant to be together.
So Abhishek is extremely focused. I mean, one of the biggest things that he has taught me and everybody else is very focused. He's also extremely helpful and smart. But I think, if one of the biggest problems I see with him is he's also focused on sleeping early. He sleeps at 10:30 every single night, and that's not good for somebody who's just getting married, right? So best of luck, Shreya.
initially, even like a year or two ago, if we asked Shreya, what about marriage? What do you think about marriage? When would you get married? She'd be like, hey, marriage is not my thing. I'd never get married at least until I turn 40 and stuff like that. And since she's been with Abhishek and since she knows, everything changed so drastically and obviously for the better. But she was always like been so confident about him and about their relationship. So I think that even though they haven't like dated for that long, she always knew what she wanted. And when Abhishek entered, Shreya's life, she was just like, okay, that's it for me. So we are all shocked, but obviously we are all very, very happy for you and congratulations, my love.
Wonderful daughter. I'll miss her totally. She's my mother, you can say. That's all I can say.
We met for the first time in Goa actually. It was a trip we decided on a holiday trip. Until then we had actually only just spoken on call, video call and over text. And then we decided to meet up, and then Goa is her favorite place to visit. And in fact I had never been to Goa. It was my first trip to Goa as well, and it was the most wonderful trip we've had. It was basically a group of 10 people, and then we all just went, like my friends, her friends and cousins, and we all just had a blast, and it was just such a great trip. And then at the end of that trip again, I was just blown away by the conversations we were having and just everything else, and even before that, you asked me when did I know or what really attracted me and everything. It was long ago, because we had already spoken for 2 or 3 months before that, and we would literally talk on the phone for 7-8 hours. And I was playing a tournament, I was playing the KPL before that, and then my captain Robin Uthappa in fact actually said that in an Instagram live stream that all he does is talk on the phone, and in his entire free time all he does is just basically talk to his girlfriend on the phone, whether it's at the dining table or it's in the team bus after a match. So yeah, basically we had spent so much time, even though it had been 3 months, I felt like we had spoken for 3 years worth of time. So yeah, it was wonderful. I basically never thought that I would get married and the funniest thing is that when I first spoke to her, and she knows this as well, the first time I actually ever spoke to her, I knew that I was going to marry her. That literally, I had not seen her, I had not met her. The first time I spoke to her, we had a conversation, and I was like, so the first thing that I just fell in love with was her voice. When I first heard her voice, I was like, oh, I'm in love with this voice. And then that was just the start, and then when I discovered her intellect, her passion for things, her sense of humor, and everything else, I just completely started falling more and more and more for her. And of course, yeah, so it just reinforced my belief then that I want to get married to her. Of course, another factor was that I met her wonderful parents as well, and then even they were so wonderful and welcoming, and then I could just definitely see where Shreya gets all of her traits and her sanskar and everything from, basically. Basically the entire family has just been so amazing, and so they're just great people, and they welcome me with open arms. And yeah, so once I met them, once I got to know Shreya well, it was a no-brainer for me.